My name is Ram. I'm from India. I'm a wildlife filmmaker and an environmental educator. I work with children to connect them with nature using hands-on learning and through the visual medium and through storytelling. As a filmmaker, I work with grassroots organizations to make documentaries on specific conservation and environmental issues and help them make their case much better through storytelling and to engage with advocacy, primarily working at the bureaucracy level. So it's more like narrowcasting than broadcasting. That's the two levels I work with. Work on sustainability.
What is that thing, sustainability?
Sustainability to me is living in tune with nature as much as possible, because I strongly believe that nature can take care of us if we take care of nature. And in order to do that, one has to practice sustainability. And it should start from home, it should start from schools, and it should start from people from different careers taking part in the sustainability movement, strengthening that movement from their own backgrounds. And that's what sustainability means to me. The main reason why I picked up storytelling is because I love storytelling, especially visual storytelling. And one of the reasons why I later, when people told me, you have to justify it even more when you talk to people, it should not be just, you love something and then you're talking about it, then started reading more about it. I feel that world is full of noise and data and distractions, and at some point in time I read that there are 1.3 billion images that are circulated on social media every day. So there is a lot of information, but to pick certain of those information and to communicate that as a story personally by sitting with people one-on-one is very, very powerful, and that's something our ancestors have practiced for a long time. And even in today, you talk about virtual reality and various other ways and means of storytelling. The core of storytelling, that is connecting with people's hearts in the most authentic way possible and putting yourself vulnerable and authentic and true in front of one person and sharing a story, is one of the most powerful mediums to bring people to the sustainability movement. Any movement, for instance, not only sustainability movement, it is that makes it more powerful. Like for instance, if you take composting, for example, you can tell students that you can compost by this way, and if you do this, X amount of waste will be will be composted, will be recycled, it will be beneficial for the environment, all that. That is one part of information. But on the other part, if you're going to share a story of a 8-year-old, 9-year-old child who's practicing composting at home, who's doing it on a regular basis, and if you can share that story of that child to elders or to any people, that influences them more. So that's why I feel that storytelling is very powerful, and it's a very meditative medium for me. Yes.
Why children?
It's very simple, and they are going to be the future. And second is, if we are to instill a behavioral change, a consciousness towards ecology, an ecological consciousness, it's best done when you're a child, because when you're growing up, when you're connected with the natural world, then you grow with the natural world. And specifically, it's important to work with schools, because there is no other place where we can have children going through a learning journey for 15 years. So if we can repurpose schools, bringing environment, conservation and sustainability as core learnings, then it's going to change the way we see the world. Because if you look at the mess that we have created, personally I feel that it's because of the way we learn about it. It's the way education system is designed. If we can repurpose a part of it beginning from now at least 10 years from now, there will be a change in education system in schools that moves away from labor and industrialization towards conservation, environment and sustainability. Because end of the day, if there is no natural world, we can't live, and if we can't live, there's nothing. Yeah. So
When and how do you think we got so disconnected from nature?
I think it's been a cycle, and it's a very long, broad question, so I don't know where to start, and it's also
Just
very
whatever
region
comes.
specific.
Whatever comes to your mind.
We as a species started to disconnect with nature since the time of industrialization. I would say the maximum effort happened at that time, and also locally, when especially in places that I come from, where we are focused more on livelihoods and how to become economically better, we start moving and getting more and more from nature. So in that quest, we move to cities, and then when we move to we either move to cities or we make towns into cities. So when you do that slowly, there's a disconnect with nature. So it's a broad question, and I would say it's a curve. I feel that there is tremendous power in an event like Nelis, because, and I would like to share a little philosophy to express why I believe in such events, especially such closed events. I don't know how it will look when it grows, but then as a network, in Hawaiian philosophy, there is a concept called Mãlama Honua. Mãlama Honua means taking care of the island earth. And though we are in different parts of the world, we are in this earth as one. And what happens in one place affects others, because earth is our home. And in today's chaotic world, it's important to move away from individualistic perspectives, that for instance, I have done this, I have done that, and move towards the collective. What has people in Colombia done, and how can that be taken to children in India? What can children in India, what are the different ways in which children learn from India that can be taken to other places? So there is a global network, and more than anything, I think it is the support. It's sharing that philosophy, sharing that vision, and embarking on this journey as a collective shared vision. So it makes it more stronger. Everybody may not be pursuing that vision in a summit like this, but when you come to a summit like this, you find a few people who align with your values, and who you would want to work with, and who you would want to talk to and listen to their stories. So this power of stories is incredible in events like Nelis. And that's why I believe in such events, especially when it is small.